All right. What about you?
I've only had one relationship. It lasted for a year. We broke up, I think, like a month ago. And it's a little complicated because he's technically my boss.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
Yeah, literally.
When you met, was he your boss?
No, I was working at a dispensary in town, and that's how I met him. And then we kind of started talking, and then we stopped. And then I met him downtown on my birthday, and then we started talking. And then he convinced me to start working for him, and then it was a whole year, and it was very serious. And then just shit hit the fan.
Kind of sounds like a rom-com that I've watched.
Right?
Yeah.
Definitely watched that on Netflix before.
So you're dating 1 year. It ended a month ago.
Yes.
Who broke up with who?
He did.
Why did he break up with you?
He said it was too much for him. I think I was just too much of a woman, to be honest, and he just couldn't handle it.
Too much of a woman?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, honestly, I was like a wife without a ring. I was like cooking, cleaning, like literally wiping his ass. I'm just kidding.
Wait, hold on. Are you sure you're using literally correctly?
I wasn't wiping his ass.
So you were figuratively?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I was washing his clothes, and then I obviously can't like blame this all on him because no one was like putting a gun in my head and wanting to do this. It was just because I genuinely thought this was going to be like a long-term kind of thing. But yeah, you know, things happen and you gotta keep on going.
So you were doing like wifey things?
Yeah.
Without the ring?
Yeah.
So you said you were cooking?
Yes.
Cleaning?
Yes.
Were you living with him?
I was living with him like part-time. I would like sleep over on the weekends, but we would literally see each other every day.
At his place or yours?
His place, and then we would go to work together
But you would only crash.
from like Thursday through Sunday.
Were you paying rent?
No.
Okay. But you did have like.
Yeah, I had like he
You got your
definitely took care.
You live with your parents, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah,
'Cause
and he
you're from
definitely
here.
took care of me for sure.
Okay.
But there was like obviously a lot
But
of.
you were doing a lot of the domestic
correct.
chores.
Yes.
So cooking, cleaning, anything else? Just cooking.
Besides cooking, cleaning, washing, and like doing the whole office work, I felt like it was a lot. I felt like I definitely.
Well, he was paying you for that, right? Like when you were working for him, or not?
Yeah, he was, but it was like once a month.
What do you mean once a month?
Like he would only pay me a certain amount once a month, and then.
Oh, like a flat fee,
Yeah,
No.
like a salary.
technically yes.
Was it like an official job?
Yeah, it was an official job.
Oh.
So
Sounds
I mean,
sketchy.
No, yeah. Well, it's because I thought like this was a long term, and I wanted to build this business with him. Like I wanted to. It was like a mom and pop shop, and I wanted to build it from the ground up. And I even went. He even paid to like for me to go to school to do the business and accounting degree.
fun.
So it's like.
oh, he
Every-
paid for your school
Oh, definitely yes.
at City College?
Yes.
How much for someone local? That's usually
Well, because
What?
I also
like a couple
got
thousand
the.
a semester or something.
Yeah, but I also applied for like
Yes, Nick?
scholarships,
Yes.
and then
Oh, less? Okay.
because I also was a local, they did give me half of the year free for being like it's called the Promise program.
Yeah, for like local high school students.
Yeah,
or something,
so I got that too. So it wasn't that much, but still, like he pushed me to be better in certain ways. So that's why it was
Did he pay for your textbooks and stuff?
yes. That's why I was a bit blindsided when he said he didn't want to be with me
Paid.
anymore.
Did you have a car? Would he help out with other kinds of expenses?
Yeah, well, I had a car and it like wasn't like ideal, and so we decided to sell it, but then my mom gave it away to a friend, so I couldn't even sell that. So then he was kind enough to let me like use his car, and then now that like we broke up, that shit was like yanked, so I'm basically starting everything from the beginning, like putting back all the pieces. So it's been very difficult for me, but also like very liberating, because like yeah, you know, sometimes you get so caught up and comfortable in a situation, and then like when you like get out of it, even if you don't want to, it, you know, you start to realize like, oh shit, things are gonna be okay.
Okay, and so what was the thing that you said earlier about you were doing wifey shit, but you didn't have a ring, something like that? I don't know.
Yeah. Can you elaborate? Like, what do you mean by that?
No, I don't want to twist your words. What did you say kind of in that sense?
Oh, that like I felt like I was doing everything when it comes to like personal stuff, when it came to cleaning and cooking and just providing for him all around.
And did you feel that wasn't fair?
I felt like it wasn't fair because he would make me feel like I wasn't doing enough, and I felt like, you know, I'm a person who loves hobbies and to do stuff, so I just felt like that took so much of my time, and for him to debunk that and say that I don't do anything around anywhere, you know, that it just felt like a little degrading.
So what were some of the things he wanted you to do that you were not already doing?
I have no clue.
Oh, he didn't tell you?
No, he would just
Okay.
say I wasn't doing enough and that he was doing everything. I think maybe it was towards like the office work.
Sure.
It's just because like, well, this job was new for me too, so it was,
Okay.
and there was no like training, so I felt like I was in the water trying to figure everything out, especially since like it's really important paperwork, and you know.
Does anybody
don't
know
fuck
what
up.
that saying is? Like, don't do wifey shit for...
Yeah.
Does anybody, like, I've heard this
Like-
term used. What, anybody know specifically what it is?
I think it's like don't give him the husband treatment until he puts a ring on it.
Oh yeah.
Or
Yeah, I
don't do
definitely
wifey
fucked up
stuff
for
for a
that.
boyfriend.
Don't do
Yeah.
wifey
Yeah.
stuff for a
Yeah.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
Real.
I've heard
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I fucked up.
But
on
I
that.
mean,
Oh my.
he was paying for your
I
school.
wouldn't say not
Hold on.
do. Okay.
Hold on. He was paying for your school.
Mhm.
You're pretty much living with him.
Yes.
You were at his place every single day, sleeping there 3-4 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
He was paying for your books. He helped you out with a car, or he let you borrow his car.
Correct.
He was paying for everything within the household. I think that's a fair trade-off.
No, definitely. But then when it looks like that, but then the disrespect starts rolling in, and
How did he
and
disrespect
then-
you?
Let's see. Well, for starters, again, the whole like telling me that I haven't done enough, and like stepping over some boundaries that I specifically said, and then he would still repeat those disrespect for those certain boundaries.
May I ask what those are? The boundaries?
Well, for starters, I felt really like awkward when I found like a lot of his ex like belongings, and then like him following her on Instagram, and I told him like, you know, I understand if you guys ended in good terms, but like that is something that I don't feel comfortable, especially with finding out certain other things that I wouldn't want to say, because I feel like in respect of him. And him being defensive, and then also like finding like, I don't know, it gives me like, I guess, the ick when I find like a certain guy following like multiple women who like are just exposing himself. And I understand like that's how the culture that we're living in, but from my perspective, I would love to know that I am just like the only person you like see like their muse, even though I know that's not true, because like there's a bunch of beautiful women out there that are obviously, when you're on Instagram, like that's gonna come up, and I don't mind it. But I also don't, it's a whole nother thing when you're in a committed relationship and you're liking, commenting like all these like pics, and like me telling them like, hey, like I don't really appreciate that. And then instead of him like saying, you know, like I get it, it's not a big deal, but I will do this for you, instead he just gets defensive and saying that like I'm crazy and insecure, but it's totally not that.
Did you see him liking and commenting underneath like
Yeah.
the girls? Oh wow.
Was
No,
that
that's
the
like that's actually
crazy.
disrespectful.
That's
Right?
That is, yeah.
What, commenting as well?
Huh?
Commenting as well.
Yeah, he would comment on them, and then like
I get liking,
Commenting,
but
yeah,
commenting
that's
is crazy.
yeah, and then him just being like, you're crazy, and I'm just like, bro.
Wait,
Like,
so
am I?
here, I'm going to get your relationship status, then we'll kind of come back to the
Sure.